I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, make sure my volume is up here, and we'll go ahead and get started.
Hi there, Elizabeth Glass, Regional Training Specialist for Coldwell Banker Schmidt family of companies. Social media, video, and YouTube have become such a mainstream form of communication. So for that purpose and reason, it's so important that you know how to get on those forums as well. And guess what? Each and every one of you has a YouTube channel already connected to your G Suite account, so your @CD Schmidt Ohio account. Today, I'm actually going to show you how to not only access that YouTube account, but get your banner set up, get your account set up, and more importantly, learn how to take these videos and upload them so you then can share them to social media. I look forward to seeing all of your videos soon. Have an awesome and great day, guys.
Okay, simple video shot right from my cell phone just a couple of minutes ago. So I wanted you guys to really be able to see on the fly how you're able to utilize the technologies that we have already around us and just implement them at this time. So let's first start off with how and where do you access a YouTube account? So interesting information is that YouTube was an entity all of its own, and it had such a great success. Google, who actually is obviously the owner of Gmail or Google Suites, they actually purchased Yahoo. I'm sorry, not Yahoo. They actually purchased YouTube, so they are actually now the owner of YouTube. So that is very relevant information because when you're in the world that we're in right now, personally, just in our environment, but then also in real estate, we need to do a lot by video. And when we do things by video, we want them to be seen because what's the point of creating a video for someone if they don't see it? So when we utilize YouTube, it's very specific, and I'm even saying even more so than Vimeo or the other platforms that offer video service, because when it's owned by Google and Google is the primary search engine, when I'm posting online, they're going to actually promote and utilize their own product service, so Google and also YouTube videos at a higher level. So it increases your search engine optimization. I didn't know if you guys knew that. And just as an example, I'm just going to see if I can throw open a Google bar here. When you actually type in a video, let me see if it'll let me do it here, just kind of on the fly. I'm going to type in real estate in Ohio. So what happens when you get a Google search here, you get these different criteria that people can look on. And if you don't know this is cool information where you can click on it and then you get all the photos. So basically when people tell you when you upload a photo to tag it or to put a name to it or a meta tag as they call it, that what that's doing is it's actually putting you in a queue. For instance, if you put in house, actually this was just put on the market I think by one of our agents. I think I recognize that from social media. See how that works, that connection in my mind by seeing it. But anyway, this actually allows you to make it come up in the search option when you upload it, or it has that photo attached or the information attached somehow in the description. So that's how meta tagging works. It makes it show up in the images section. If you have a product you're selling, for instance, like clothing or whatever, clicking on meta tagging for shopping and putting those keywords in here actually allows it to come up in the shopping option. But when I go to more, there's also this option that says videos. So what we're looking here is actually what comes up in the top results for that area. So it doesn't matter what your criteria is, Google's actually going to play YouTube videos here higher and at the top, and then the Vimeo videos are actually going to be lower down. So when you get into your actual YouTube channel, or even the one that's fed from the MLS, we've got all of your properties in the MLS that are on there, creating an automatic virtual tour. Those are actually fed to a YouTube channel, which at this time I think might be controlled by Michigan because it's the whole company. I need clarification on that because I just saw it the other day. But for that instance, actually all those videos get fed into this account and it actually increases the SEO as well when you're doing it. So there's some background information to why YouTube is relevant, maybe a little bit more so than some of the other ones. Now that's not to discount Vimeo or even BombBomb because BombBomb has a lot of really great resources, but I can tell you that personally I do use BombBomb, and a lot of the times it's to store and host or hold my video that I create or even have on YouTube. I know it sounds weird, but it allows you to embed things a little bit differently. When I do BombBomb, I can put the video and have it in BombBomb, and when people click to watch my video, it goes straight to just that video alone. YouTube will actually take you to the video channel. So there's a little bit of a differentiation, but YouTube is a great storage ground for anything that you might need, real estate or even personal. So on that note, as far as YouTube accounts are concerned, you all have a YouTube account. That is because we have a G Suite or a Google Suite. That means a Gmail email with an application of services that includes a YouTube account. So this is going to be for anyone utilizing our company G Suite account, or if you have a Gmail account in general. So it could be a personal Gmail like elizabeth@gmail.com. Every Google account, every Gmail account has a YouTube channel. It's just about being shown where it is and being able to know that you can go in and get it, and there's no cost. It's free. There's no there's no upkeep to it, so there's no incentives to not use it. There's plenty of incentive to use it. On that note, we're going to go ahead and talk about where and how to access. So I have one of our emails up for the company here, and this is our Gmail account, okay? So when I come in here to the Gmail account, I actually have in the upper right-hand corner, I have these series of 9 little dots, and let me try to make things a little bigger for you now, because I know my screen for me is ginormous, but for you guys it might be smaller. So in the upper right-hand corner, this is my profile icon, which is where you guys would have your photo. But in this situation, we're going right next to it to the Google Apps. This is going to expand all of our options within our G Suite or Google account. We are going to go ahead and click on YouTube. Now what's going to happen is it's going to load a variety of things, and this is at this point just recommendations YouTube has based off things I've seen or watched. Sometimes it's just random. It has nothing to do with anything you've seen or watched, but these are just a recommendation page. So what we're going to do to get into your account to have your view of your videos is we're actually going to come right back up to the right-hand corner, up to the profile icon, the circle that we were just near a minute ago. This time we're going to click on it, and I want you to keep your eye when I click on it. Notice how that drop-down box then appears. So let me do that again. I click on the profile icon, and I now have the series of different options. If I have multiple Gmails with multiple YouTube accounts like I do, I've got like 8 of them, I actually am able to switch back and forth very simply by clicking on switch account, and then I can choose the other one, and then it immediately flips me into that YouTube account exactly the way as if it would have flipped me into that email if I was just switching into my email. So I like that option because it helps me to navigate both personal accounts and then all the business accounts that I have. On that note, you don't really need to hang out in any more of these areas here. You can kind of ignore them for now. When you get into really looking into your SEO content and who's watching your channel, you can get into your data, but most of the time people don't do that, because what's great, you can see the numbers of people watching it automatically. And then when you put it into social media, your forums tell you how many people watched it anyway. So unless you're really trying to become like $1 million YouTuber like my daughter, well, she's not $1 million, but she's a YouTuber who gets paid, she would be a little bit more interested because this would help her in her business as a YouTuber. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the first option, which is what you're going to do all of the time. It says your channel. Now what happens is on the left-hand side, my options have now changed to my channel options. So on the front home page is all the videos I've already created. So if you can notice, it's on the home tab. When I create videos, they can showcase publicly for people if I set them up to be public. So these are the public videos, and it makes it easy to go ahead and grab whatever video that I want. Some other options that people have, for instance, this says play all. We'll just throw all my videos in a loop and play them all. If I went to videos, it would just show all the videos on that channel that are public. So this would actually be the public videos. Now playlist, I like this option because especially in business or even the personal accounts, it's very relevant. A playlist, you know what that is in your phone when you put a list, you put all your songs together in a grouping and then it plays them start to finish. Well, a playlist in YouTube allows you to group collective items or collective videos in one series without making them one video. So for example, if I took this video today and created a playlist, YouTube tutorials, I would add every video that I upload that is a YouTube tutorial based video and put it in that playlist. That would allow it to come here and just say YouTube videos as a new option. And then when I clicked on that, just like this one, it would then actually open up. I'll show you right now, but it will open up and show you all the videos in that series, just making this so much easier and more streamlined for anybody at your channel. So for example, I clicked on this one, which was some Launchpad videos. It plays the initial one that showed in the beginning, but over here to the right-hand side are all the videos in the Launchpad series. So that becomes very relevant to you, because if you get
Good morning, Coldwell Banker.
Oh, good morning, but we're gonna turn you off right now. But what's very relevant, I have an agent team here within our offices that does video testimonials, and we just did an awesome thing where we actually they have a whole playlist. So it says our testimonials, or you could say what people say about me. This would be really cool if you guys started this from today on. As you are working with a client, say, would you mind doing a video testimonial? And it could be literally 1 second, grab your phone and just say, could you just say a quick thing about me or how you felt about the transaction? That video can get uploaded, and then the channel name can say what people say about me. What we did for that team is I actually showed them how to embed these videos, that playlist, right into their website. So instead of being like, I'm awesome, and talking about myself here, as an agent, I now have this streamlined video series inside of my website that now lets other people's words speak for me. So it's just a great, classy way to implement video at a higher level. Now, it doesn't need to be testimonial. It could be, for example, see this Coldwell Banker one. These are the Coldwell Banker commercials. So maybe you just want to go in and pull all the videos from the Coldwell Banker brand itself, which I will tell you right now, Coldwell Banker, I'm going to give you the right one because I want you to subscribe to them and follow them. Coldwell Banker Real Estate, okay, and I think it's Real Estate LLC, I think is the right one. It's right here. Coldwell Banker Real Estate LLC. When you subscribe and click subscribe, and keep in mind you do need the Gmail account to subscribe, but you already have one. That's the @CVSchmidt Ohio or your personal Gmail. It's going to then email you all of the videos that they get, which immediately will alert you that you can use that video as content on social media, in your newsletters, but then also if I wanted to take this Hometown Heroes video, I can click on it, which I'm sure you guys have seen this, but I love these videos. They're sentimental, they're very thoughtful in content, and they hit home. So they would work well on any forum at all. Now, to be able to put this in a playlist, which is what I would do if I wasn't just sharing it, I would be able to then click down here, see this little plus sign next to save. This gives me my playlist. I can create a new playlist. So basically, I would just say brand. Oh, sorry. Let me pause that there for a minute. My cursor was a little too quick. Okay, so create new playlist. And then I would say brand videos, or if this was public, I would make it something a little bit more thoughtful than just brand videos, but I would say create. And now it's actually put a playlist on my channel, which I'll show you in a second, which now includes this video. So for those of you who are ever on trainings with Carrie, JD, or I, and you hear this list of songs playing before you come on with us, we actually have playlists in YouTube that we've created in advance. Sometimes we just snag songs on the fly, but that way it allows you to have a series of songs, and that's what we do. I can tell you that as I'm working throughout the day, when I'm not on a call and when I'm not training, I have a YouTube list playing at all times. Music just pumps my soul, and it just seems to be a lot of the same for other people. So it isn't just for work. Your work account can actually help funnel that energy and momentum through music while you're working. So just an idea how to create playlists and make positive. I have one that's like positive songs playlist, one that says like get me moving, so it's quicker. So that way, depending on what I'm doing for work, I actually can mentally put myself in that mindset. in advance. So YouTube is very cool in that we can really make it a dynamic tool for many purposes. To get back to my account, I'm again clicking on the profile icon in the upper right-hand corner, and then I'm clicking your channel like I just did a minute. So that's how a minute ago, that's how we then funnel back and forth. So that was playlists. Let me come in here, okay? So now I have that, see where I did that instantly? I have brand videos and it's in here. And every time I watch a new video that would then be relevant, I would then throw it into that. So you can be very creative. Also keep in mind that we have control over what is shown here. Personally, on my personal, I have several personal accounts, and on those I have like 50 playlists that are not viewable. That way, for instance, even if I had a playlist of music here, I actually would make that private, and that way anyone coming here would just see my business information, my business videos. So you have the authority to choose what is shown and what isn't, and I like that. Channels are just the channels you are subscribed to. So this particular company email account through YouTube is subscribed to Coldwell Banker. This is basically just any conversation points you've had with anybody from other channels. And then you have the About tab, which is just a little bit of information, which clearly we actually updated years ago, which we now need to update. But this was, until like a month ago, this was a private account. So we're in the process of building it and creating it right now, which is great because you guys get to see me do that. Sorry about that. That was a work call. So I'm going to show you how to navigate in and around and through. But before I do that, I want to show you how to very quickly set up the basics. You're going to learn how to put your banner in here, and then you're going to learn how to get your profile icon in here. Those are the first two things. So first and foremost is going to be your graphic banner in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and click, I'll do that again, in the upper right-hand corner, just like social media forums do. There is a photo icon indicating that's where you would click to update the photo here. Now, because it's YouTube, you actually can do a photo, but it is device responsive, meaning and I'll show you this when I upload, but when I am on a computer, it will show the graphic to me in a computer layout size. When I go to a phone, it's actually going to strip it down and be viewable in the way that a cell phone would. And then the same thing applies to an iPad. Now, as cool as that is, that's also the annoying factor, because if you're not a graphic designer, you can design and change things like the marketing team and I can. What you might have had happen before is you would click on this, you would try to upload a photo. Let me see if I have one in my gallery. This isn't my gallery, it's theirs, so it's probably pre-made. But if I would upload a photo, what would happen, let me see if I can grab an old one. Here, I'll grab this one. It would actually size it, select that. It would not work. And let me expand here, okay? Because it's mobile responsive, it does not work the same when I'm trying to upload a full photo that is the standard size for, like, let's say social media. So this would be the annoying part for many people. Notice here, let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Okay, make it a little smaller. There we go. So this would be the view. This is the whole picture, right? Like, this is perfect. But this is what the view would be on a TV. And then if you went to a desktop, it would chop it up and you wouldn't see it all. And then if you went to mobile, it's literally just the child's little head right here. So this didn't work for me. So this would be the annoying point where people would just say, well, I give up, and they put a random picture and then the photographic is like a quarter of the page and it just doesn't look great. Or they just use the standard gallery photo, which is fine, but it doesn't always indicate what your channel is going to be. So here's what I've done for you. I've in advance planned for the design of 2 options for channel art, which is what that's considered, the background channel art, to be ready and available to you as of today, and it is. So you're gonna get to then take it, you're gonna download it to your computer and upload it and implement it immediately. So that's amazing, because that took some back and forth of playing with different styles and sizes, which when I show you in a minute will make a little bit more sense, because ultimately what we had to do in designing it, our graphic is like the size of like almost this whole page, but it's only chopping and using the middle. So ultimately the graphic had to be a lot bigger. So when I show you, you're gonna see that it's not a rectangle this size. It's a big graphic and it's pulling from the middle. That way, when I go responsive to my devices, it will be easily accessible to show the part in the middle that I want, and then it's only cutting off all the excess. So this is just a beginning where I'm going to show you how to get to these. Anything in more detail or customized, reach out to the marketing team. They do have the dimensions, so they can custom build you a specific background, which, for example, if you had a property, and they could put you, I've done this in the past where I took a beautiful layout of an outdoor street with beautiful houses lined on it, and then I photoshopped the agent out of their photo, which was separate, which was a little bit more full body, and then I put them in the neighborhood. And then I put that as the banner. So that was really cool. So there's creative ways to completely customize it. But for the most part, people are going to be focusing on your video series, not necessarily just your banner, especially until you grow your channel. So we're going to go ahead and take a look over here to the left. Here is my library of videos. So I'm on the left underneath the YouTube option. And at the very top, if I click on this, because I don't want you guys to worry what happened and where your stuff went, if you click on these 3 arrows, it expands the menu options. If you hit it by accident and you're trying to back arrow and you click this and you say, oh my gosh, I lost it, you really didn't. It's just hidden because you need to open it up by clicking on the menu icon right there. So over here, these are what pertain to us. We have our history, so this is all the videos that have been played or watched on this Gmail channel account. We have things that we've set to watch later. So if I had, let's say I saw a video on our company channel, our Michigan company channel, that had JD and I wanted to watch it later, I'm actually able to select an option that says watch it later, and it would show up in my watch later queue, which is very great for our busy schedules. And then I've got our playlists. And then here's something that I love, is that every single time that I watch a video, let me just put Felicia in here, we just uploaded this like yesterday. Every time you're in YouTube and you watch a video and you like it, what happens is it goes automatically, without you doing anything, into a queue of liked videos. So then if you're in your jam and you're putting, songs in and you're hearing it, and you're like, I like this song, and I like this song, or I like this video and this video, if you hit the like button, it will automatically cue it to liked videos. So I do that a lot of times when I don't have time to make a playlist. And then I've got a great grouping of videos that I can just play at the click of a button. And this is YouTube, which means I can access it on my computer, my iPad, my cell phone, and I can actually cast it from my phone to my TV. So now we can actually utilize TV as well. So what that means for you is if you're in an appointment and you want to play something, or you're anywhere, at the drop of a hat, you can then facilitate showing your videos or getting your videos to somebody instantaneously without having to go anywhere. So that's what makes it great to be device responsive. So basically that is the gist of the layout and where things are. So now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to show you how to go ahead and get this great banner changed. Again, we're going to click on the icon at the top that says photo. It's then going to ask us to upload a photo from our stock. So basically this would be whatever's saved to your computer. Now here is where I'm going to have you guys go to access the first photo. And I'm just going to encourage you guys to also be creative beyond this. If you want to build your channel in more depth, to reach out to the marketing team and get a couple more. So where I am on schmidtresources.com, I've had them build it right in here to make it super easy for you guys, because this is kind of where our brains are trained to start now. So to make it easy, it's schmidtresources.com. We're clicking on the Ohio tab. Because it's a marketing product, it is in the marketing resources square. And I am recording this, so you can always replay this later just to remind yourself where it is. At the bottom now, there's a new option that was just implemented, and it says YouTube cover photos. Clicking on that is going to take you to a Google folder that has been created to have, I wanted 2 different kinds for each DBA. So there are 2 options for Ruth Realty, Schmidt Realty, and Schmidt Family of Companies. All you need to do is just grab your graphic with your background and then save it to your computer. So I'm going to show you something here real quick. I'm going to click on this one just to give you an idea of how we had to do the graphic layout in case you're wondering. Because it's device responsive, we put this right in the middle. So even if it was small on a cell phone, this middle part would be shown. And then if it's a little bit larger, you're still getting the cool extra CBs around it. So that was intentional. Now let me go to one that has more of a graphic. And this was just putting something together real quick for you guys to go. So here's the guiding you home. This one I felt was relevant and important as well. So again, device responsive. We've got the extra spacing around so that no matter where you are, you're getting the bulk of the importance of your message and it's going in there. So in the event you choose to work with the marketing team to create more for yourself, you actually would want to have them choose a graphic that's centered or smaller in the middle, just as a guiding point, and then has extra space. What I've done in the past is I've actually just made my photo in the middle, and then I've actually put a deep blue background in the background that still looked good and crisp, and it still worked because nobody actually sees any of this at all. It's always cut off by whatever social media platform there is. So I'm going to go ahead and show you very quickly how we did this. Since you're in the channel, since you're in the folder itself, you get to pick the graphic you want. And I'm going to choose this one. It's the one I already have, but it's the one I want right now. So I'm going to go ahead and say download. And then it's going to take it from the folder and put it to your computer. Okay. So mine just opened. I'm going to go ahead and close it. Now that it's downloaded on my computer, I'm actually going to go back to my YouTube channel where I was. And I am now going to say select photo from your computer. And I'm going to go ahead and choose the photo that I want. I already did all of them just as to make it easy for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and select the one I want and I'm going to say open. It's going to upload it to me and it's going to show it to me the way I need to see it for each device. So see how now clearly I can see I'm good to go on TV, I'm good to go on desktop, and I'm good to go on mobile. So each one of these options is going to be nicely, perfectly aligned. And for you guys, it just took a couple of clicks, which is super awesome. And keep in mind, anytime that there's a YouTube background for us or the company or anyone, you're able to save that one as well and utilize that one. In the event you have your own photo and it's not lined correctly, there is underneath the desktop, TV, and mobile option, the adjust the crop. This allows you to move your photo up, down, around, make it smaller, and that dark centered part is the part that will show. So that's how you know by moving it around what's going to allow you to see what you want to see. So that just is something in case you need to move your positioning around a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and say select. And then it's instantly put my photo in there and I'm good to go, background done. Simplicity is key here, guys. Next would be the same concept where in the profile icon, I'm actually going to click on the camera option. And in here it says your profile picture comes from your Google account. Changes may take a few minutes to show on your channel. So what it's doing is it's actually taking me to my Google account, which is where, basically the photo here would show up on my Gmail. It would show up on my YouTube account or anywhere that has access to the Google systems. So updating it here would then allow you to go ahead and hit change. And then I could hit the back arrow and go back into my channel. And that would then change that profile icon. Okay, so that is how to access it, where to access it, what you're looking at, how to create a playlist, and then ultimately how to then brand your channel. So we've already gotten through quite a bit here, and honestly, that was kind of like the bulk of it. But now we're going to do like the nitty-gritty bulk. Let's go ahead, upload that video you watched, and I'm going to let you watch me see it process and then see what I do in the meantime to get this done. So as far as upload is concerned, you can upload from a computer. You can upload from a device. I can even upload something from my phone directly to YouTube. So that makes it a little bit easier on how I get content from one to the other. How to do that, some devices, for example, cell phones, older cell phone, well, I say older, but like the brand new cell phones don't typically have a connector where the cell phone goes to the computer anymore. The way it used to work, I'm going to unscreen share for a second. I thought I had one here. Yeah, let me go ahead and show you this. I'm going to unscreen share for a second. Okay, so let me know if you guys can see me. If you can throw a little yes in the chat bar or somebody unmute. Let me know if you can see me. Okay, let me come in here. Perfect. Okay, so now, yes, you said yes. Okay, so basically cell phones, okay? You got your cell phone or your iPad, okay? These typically, back in the day, they used to come with a cord where you would actually connect your phone. I'm gonna try to get my phone to show up. Kind of hard to see because my background. But you get your phone to, and then you would connect the cord to your phone and to your computer. Now, in the recent years, what they've done is they've actually made chargers that actually connect. So this would go into the charger port, the end here. If you don't know already, a lot of them actually disconnect. So this is the part that goes into the wall. This is the wall plug. If you disconnect that, that actually can go into computer, and then one end can go into your phone. So that is a way to get the storage, folders, pictures, whatever it is. It actually allows you to transfer from your phone directly to your computer via the cord. So mine is a newer phone. It is the Google Pixel, and a lot of the newer phones too, even iPhones, even Droids, what they have now is they have like a Google Photos account option. So for me, I have this option that actually, you can't really see it here, but it's an app, Google Photos. And what is great is when I take the pictures on my cell phone or the videos, they automatically upload to my Google Photos folder online. So I'm telling you right now, I do zero transferring because that's just the simplicity I need in my life. I take a lot of photos, a lot of videos for work, for charity events, for personal, and I just don't have the extra time to do that. So I would actually implore you guys to seek what works for you guys on your phone, and what that would be on a phone or an iPad would be going to your app store. So it could be your Apple store or your Droid store, and then you would actually go in and say, type in the app, Google Photos. You're gonna get an icon that kind of looks like a windmill with the Google's colors. And actually, I probably can just show you what the icon looks like right now. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen again, just to make sure you get the right one. So it's part of my Google Apps. There's so much in here you guys use. So right here, this is what the icon would look like. When you have this on your phone, if you don't already, I know the Google Pixel comes with it immediately, and a lot of Droids do too. All my photos are now stored and loaded in here immediately, to where when I click on them, they will actually be readily available for me to download. So that makes it very easy for me. So that is how you get it from one device to the other. Obviously, computer is easy. I'm gonna show you that right here. But how I get it from my cell phone or my iPad to my device are those methods. I actually do an upload storing location like Google Photos, or you can do your Apple pictures. But in the event that you don't have space, or you don't want to do it that way, you can take every phone's different. For the most part, you're going to be able to take your phone and actually use the cord that is the charger cord to connect to your computer and then upload them that way. Another way is if you're actually in your phone, because I know a lot of you are going to be utilizing your phone in an appointment. That's what you're probably going to walk around with unless you have a professional camera. And if I'm being fully honest, I would actually use my new cell phone to take a photo before I would actually take a picture with my 7D Canon camera, because the light is very responsive on a cell phone and I can adjust it. So I probably would use this nowadays, whereas 10 years ago with my properties that I was selling for my real estate company, I probably would have never even thought I could do that. So technology is in your hands. Don't think you have to invest money to go do new things. But the other thing is once I'm actually inside my cell phone, I actually can just see the pictures or the videos. It's kind of hard for me to show here, but see the pictures and videos I want. When I click on the cell phone photo, what it lets me do is it lets me share that photo in a multiple different variety of ways. So your phone's going to be different in where the button is or what it's called. But for example, I have a photo that I just posted on social media yesterday. I wish this would show it a little bit better, but right under my photo, I have a sharing option, and then I can choose, do I want it to go to Facebook, Instagram? Do I want it to go to my Google Drive? Do I want it to go to my Google Photos online? I can email the photo directly, so it would go from my phone to an email. I can send it to Snapchat. I mean, it's just endless. There's so many options. So that's an alternative way. Another way to get your photos and videos into an online forum to be able to collectively get them into your YouTube account. So let's show you very quickly what I did here. Okay, so this video I actually shot on my cell phone just a couple of minutes before, and then it uploaded immediately through my Google Photos. So I came to my G Suite here, and then I clicked on my photos and my video was there, and then I downloaded it. So now it's on my computer. That's how I got it from that location to the next. Bear with me for one quick second here. I'm gonna mute my phone because I've got a lot of calls coming in here. Give me 1 second here. There are a lot of texts, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that. A lot going on today. Okay, so anyway, that's how I got this one here, and it took me no time. I mean, it was uploading in the time that I jumped on this call. So let's make things efficient for you guys. So that's my video. Now I'm gonna go to my channel itself. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go to this one. I'm gonna close this one. Close all these out. Now I'm gonna come to the top of my YouTube channel screen, and I'm gonna click on the plus sign. Generally speaking, anything icon-wise with a plus typically means ads, so you can always look for that, but it's actually a video. So you're clicking on the add video icon, and you can either go live. So I implore you to get creative and get out of your comfort zone sometimes and actually be in a property and do a virtual tour live. And I'm saying that the way I'm saying that because most people are like, no way. But I'm telling you, when you do it and you do it a couple times, you're going to get comfortable. And the reception of doing that while you're live is you're actually getting people commenting to you. I like that kitchen. Oh, that's really cool. Where is this at? And that conversation's happening. It's just like Facebook Live or Instagram Live. And then it lets you save the video to use it later. So I know several very successful agents that do that all the time. All right, so next we would go into the upload video, which is what we're going to do. It's simply just going to say, where am I pulling the video from? So I've already got it on my computer. I've saved it. I am simply going to then pull that video. So let me go back one. Get it into my folder. MP4 is the typical output. So that's typically what things tend to be when you record them. And that works very easily with social media. So I'm going to say open. And it's going to start to it's going to be a couple processes. I want you to look at the bottom here. Look at my screen at the very bottom. Okay, see the upload process here? First, it's going to say uploading. After it's uploading, it's then going to say processing. So it's 2 steps to upload, but then to process it. So while that's happening, I'm going to say you don't need to wait. You can just continue to set up the rest of it. So here's where you would put the title of your video, and keep in mind this is public. So for example, I would just, for this purpose, I would say YouTube tutorial. But if this is a walkthrough of a property, you would mention the property address there, because typing the address here connects it with Google, and then when people go to search for a home or look at that property, your video now comes up in the queue. So that's a cool feature right there. This one I'm just going to do YouTube setup tutorial, but you would obviously put whatever the title of that video would be to describe in just one title what that video would be about. Now the description is what you're actually, it's more of sentences of what the video will entail. And if you hover over this, it just offers clarification to reiterate what I was already saying. Writing descriptions with keywords can help viewers find your videos more easily through search. You can give an overview of your video and place keywords in the beginning of the description. So words are powerful, right? Not only in our real world, but in social media world as well. So here's where you would put a description, and you can use some of those factor words in as well. just to make them show up. Now down here, we have an option to upload a thumbnail. And what a thumbnail is when you are on your YouTube channel. Okay, so let me just pop over to a different YouTube channel. All of the videos that show up have a graphic at the beginning before you even play it. So this is a thumbnail, that's a thumbnail. It's just the photo you see that's still before you click the video. So the video is not running immediately. So that's just what a thumbnail is. Now for social media purposes and security purposes, if this video is for children, it actually doesn't let you add a thumbnail. It's a little bit more of a process for security purposes. It may not. Some verified accounts it will. So if you come down here and it says, yes, it's made for kids, which you guys probably wouldn't be doing anyway, there's just some extra things you need to do. And that's for good reason, for security purposes for children. You're actually going to click, no, it's not made for kids every single time. You're going to select one of two things. You're either going to click on here and pick the one you like the most, but if you don't like any of them, you can actually click upload thumbnail and actually upload your own photo. So it could be sometimes I'll actually play my video and then I'll find a spot that I like the most and freeze it, and then I'll just take a photo of that. Like on my computer, I'll do a screenshot. For example, on Mac, Command F4, I just do it so often, I don't even know what I'm pushing. But that lets you take a picture of your screen. If you're on a cell phone, there is a screenshot option where you can do the same thing. But then if you're on a Windows unit, there's actually it's called Snipping Tool, and it lets you take a picture of that graphic. So it just gives you control, because I know you guys have seen those videos where like if you can see me now in the video format, but like when it's frozen, you're like, and it's horrible and it's totally embarrassing. We made this great video and it's like they literally stopped at like the most unflattering possible spot necessary. And it's like sometimes you don't even want to post it because you're like, that's terrible. But this allows you to go in and actually play the video and select the graphic you do like, save it, and then upload your own. Maybe it's actually one of your property photos. Do you have an amazing clawfoot tub that's insanely gorgeous in the property that you're doing a virtual tour on? Take that graphic, make that your thumbnail, or even put the address on it. I mean, a great visual option. Let's say it was a bathroom with a beautiful clawfoot tub, and it's the selling point. You know it. When you walk in there, you're like, I want to get in that tub and I want that house. Those photos should be on the front, and then yourself or your marketing team, you can ask them to put on their amazing virtual tour. Wait till you see this. That way, that's what people see in your social media feed or in your YouTube channel. And it's going to make them want to click on that video, because marketing is appealing to the desire, the want, or the need of somebody else, right? So for example, if you have a property you're selling, to sell that property to me, you need to appeal to me as a consumer, making me want to be in that property. I want to feel like I want to go there and be in those rooms. So that's why this video format is so important, because now today we're walking you through, and then I get that feeling of, I love that house. I want to jump in and be in that home. And it is very relevant today for normal prospect marketing, because I'm the perfect example. The house I'm living in now, I had literally zero intentions of moving in. None whatsoever. Was fine where I was at, but I just so happened to see the house that fit all my needs, and I, within that same day, said, wait a minute. I called my loan officer, then I got the realtor the next day, and then bam, I had the house in contract the next day. Literally within a day and a half. And I'm not a person that makes fast choices. I am one that takes a long time, and you can't sell me on anything. I'm a tough sell. I typically research a lot. But this particular instance was the perfect house at the perfect time, and then I bought it. So you have all those people out there that are like that, and those video tours, and that's what it was. I saw the photos. I said, wait, I can turn this room. We also renovate and rehab. So I said, I can do this to this room and this to this room, and it was perfect. So that video tutorial or those photos are ultimately what landed me in this house, which ultimately landed a deal for an agent, which is awesome. So it's very, very important. So that's how you get your photo. Let me go ahead and select. I know they all look very similar, but I'm just going to put this one as my photo. By selecting it, it's clicking on it, selects it. And then if you want to choose a playlist in advance, for example, like I said, we have some Launchpad videos we did. I actually, if this was a Launchpad video, I would click right here on Launchpad, and then it would immediately add it to that playlist for me, so I don't have to do it later. So that's cool. Now, the only thing we're going to do here, you can actually look to this part, but I'm going to have you just move to next, because at the bottom it says finished processing. And then it's also provided you with the YouTube channel link here, but I want you to just click on next for right now and hit 2 extra steps. Video elements are just, if you've ever watched a video and noticed there was a screen popping up of a different video, that's what these options are. Adding cards is like putting like a business card on the end of your video so it has your information. Adding an end screen is just an import from a video. So when you get a little bit more familiar or more content, this becomes more relevant, because if, for example, my daughter is a YouTuber and she will put a video that she's created, it's gonna be the next video coming, she'll plug it at the end of her current video she's uploading to then get a little teaser to get people to go over to that video. So that's kind of what that is. But as you develop more of a following, that would become more relevant. So next, in the bottom right is what we did. I'll show you that again. I just went to the bottom right and clicked on the blue next. We're almost done. If I wasn't talking, all of this would have been done in like 3 minutes. We're gonna choose our status. So private means only you can see it, nobody else but you. Unlisted means that it's showing to only the people you send the link to. So private to everybody, but to the people you send the link to, it will be viewable. Public means anybody can see it. Now, you're gonna probably have a variety of both. And for this instant, we're gonna say public. If I don't schedule it for a different date and time, it will publish now. But this, just like Facebook allows now, we can add Facebook business pages. We are allowed to schedule in advance, so I could actually schedule this to go out on Tuesday and actually upload it today, which is a great option for us as business managers of our own business. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to click on this video link here. These 2 little pages are just the copy icon. I'm gonna click copy, and then I'm gonna say publish. So now I'm publicly making my video available, and it's giving me some options. So here's the let's plug it in and play and use it option now, okay? So our video's done. You can close out of this and then watch it first and then share it, but I'll just show you how quickly you could share it from here before we leave. So clearly, it's already connected without you doing anything here. Facebook, Twitter, Blogger, Reddit. It allows you, look at how many places at the click of a button, you can immediately get this into these different platforms. So this would post it directly to Facebook. And then the embed option is, for example, if it's a website or a newsletter and you're putting it in there, it would actually be to put the video in and sit on your website. I'll just show you my website just to show you as an example. You guys, I'm sure, have probably seen me do all the classes on this here recently. So let me go to my channel that I've been, or my website that I have been putting together to show you guys. Okay, so let's go in here. Embed would actually mean that I've got so many options on here. Let me show you a good one. For example, the magazine that I put on here, I've been teaching you guys this lately. The magazine itself is actually in my website, running in my website. So if you have a video like YouTube, you can actually embed the video YouTube into your website. So in Stephanie's, there's a video embedded right in. See how it's not, watch this. Embed means it's inside of. So if you want something inside where it's not taking you out to you, by the way, those are the pop-ups showcasing the next channel stuff. That's what I was talking about with you guys. But this is playing it in it versus if it is linked on YouTube, Facebook, I'll show you right now, it will actually take you to it. So that's the difference of embed. And we think of like getting into bed, embedding means putting it into, right? So that's embed. We're gonna go ahead and then you can do one of 2 things. You can click the copy option here, which copies your video link, or I can click right on Facebook and it's gonna go into Facebook here. You probably have to log in for the first time if you haven't yet. But let me show you how I can determine where it goes. I'm gonna try to increase my screen here, okay? So I have my personal account, but if I want to click on the drop-down box above it, I have more options, and this is where it becomes relevant for you, okay? I can either share this to my personal homepage. I can put it now in my story. So, right, those are not just the still posts that stay there that people scroll through. Stories are now new, interactive, where people watch them every day. That's a different class, but if you're not familiar with stories, I'm telling you, that is insane. I'll post a video and then I'll have hundreds of views within like an hour, and there'll be thousands of views before my 24 hours is up, and it's crazy. The content is viewed online in stories 10 times more than it's viewed in your feed, just so you guys know. And I know that because it tells me how many people are watching it. Blows my mind every time. So here we also have share on a friend's timeline. So this would be an example for you. You could share this to your client's homepage, obviously with their approval, but you would be able to share it to actually put it on the homepage of their timeline. If you have a video, for instance, I will have one of my niece, and then I'll share it to my niece's timeline so she sees it too. That's what that option is. It doesn't put it on your page, it puts it on the page of the person you are selecting. Next would be share in a group. There are the Strongsville mom sites, there are the Brunswick mom sites, there are the for sale sites, all those sites. You have personal groups that are all kinds of different groups. So you're able to share this right into that group by clicking on share in a group. Event, we have our clinic event that is going to be coming up, and if I wanted to create a video for that and I had an event page, I could share this video directly to that event page. Now here you could share it, and I'm going to skip this one. You share in a private message, which means it goes straight to a DM or a personal messaging messenger through Facebook. Here's where we're going to select your business page. It says share on a page you manage. So any page you've created will actually show up for you here. I have a whole bunch more than this, but for this tutorial, if let's say I wanted to post it on the Coldwell Banker Schmidt Family of Companies of Ohio page, I have the option of doing that. And then it's then going to not post on my page. It's going to post to that page as that page. So this video would show up as Coldwell Banker Schmidt Family Ohio posting it, not me. And then in here I would put my description. Sometimes less is more, but if it's a property, you could put the MLS number right in here. But it's going to let you click to go into the video. But you know what? You can even put a link to that property. So if you're on your website, you're on your own homepage, and then you do a search, you get this property MLS number, it's going to bring you a landing page. Well, I'm just going to search for a property and show you. But you're able to have a video about that property, and we're going to just choose this guy here. When I click on the property itself, and I use this URL link, and I copy it at the top. So this is the URL link is the address, the internet address of that page. Think of that as what a URL is, the internet address of this page. I'm copying that, and I can actually put that in my description so people can watch my video, and then I'm immediately, well, it's not gonna load up this big when you actually post it, but I'm immediately directing traffic to my website, or I would say, put my description in there, whatever the video is, and then I would say, see more at, which is probably what I would typically do in this situation, see more at, and then I would put my website in here so that people could click it this way. So I would do CV Schmidt, Ohio. And I recommend, as you guys are doing this, that you capitalize the first letters because it makes it much easier to read. Doesn't matter what, even if it's a short name, it's easier to read when you do it this way for anybody. And then the last part doesn't need to be capitalized because so now when I post it, it's actually going to be clickable so they can watch my video and then go to my website. So there's a lot of different ways to connect everything you're using to bring them back to you. Now, as far as posting, when I scroll down here, I've got some more options. Hopefully you guys can, let's not take you out. You have some more options. Let's scroll down here. So I can tag friends. So if I click on this, I could, for instance, look up, let's see here. Oh, I thought I was gonna be able to select her in here right now. Did I spell your name wrong? Well, however your name is spelled, you'll just basically, oh, there's Dan. He's one of the insurance reps. I could actually click on him and it would then tag him on the post. And when you tag somebody in the post as you're posting it, so not in the comments, it would actually come up on their actual home, on their page itself. Hopefully I didn't freeze. Can you guys hear me? My screen looks like I can see myself is frozen, but I'm still moving. If you could chat in the chat bar real quick. I am frozen or I'm not frozen. Oh, I think I'm back. I can hear. Can you see, Amy? Anyone? Okay, I can hear not frozen. Okay, thank you. Must have just been my video feed for a second. Okay, so this puts it on their page. But what's great about Facebook is that every single time that I'm tagged, I actually can approve, if I've got my settings set up to approve what shows up on my page and what doesn't, which is super important because I've got like 500 tags that I don't ever let go on my page. So that's a different class. But if you didn't know that, you can set it up to where your security settings let you dictate what shows up on your page and what doesn't. But anyway, that's how I would add somebody else to my post with me. And the way it would be worded would be, it would actually say with Dan Dotis, or whoever you pick in there. So then you can actually click check in, and that's just gonna be your location. And that just puts the location on there. And then a lot of people now you'll see are implementing the feelings or what they're doing emojis. And that just allows you, for example, when it was Cleveland Clinic, I did this all the time, and I would just be like feeling excited because I'm getting so pumped up and ready to help all these kids, which is just totally my passion, is helping suffering people. So I was very simply, it would just put it in here, feeling excited, but on a personal page, it would actually say Elizabeth Glass is feeling excited, and then underneath that it would be my description. So this actually just captures your eye a little bit more. And I know some people are like, I don't want to use emojis. Nobody uses emojis, you know, at my age or however whatever the scenario is. But studies have shown that when you have an emoji or some type of icon in either your description, your text, your wording, or here, it's actually more interacted with. So that's just a thought point there. Don't think because it's business, you can't put a smiley face. The options down here are how you're going to choose to select this. So I can make it go into my news feed, which is my actual social media feed, or I can make it go to my story. For this one, I'm actually going to make it go to my personal page because I want to show you a cool option here. So I'm going to say share to my news feed or story. Okay. If I wanted this to go into my actual story, I would click on the icon at the bottom, very bottom of the screen. See if I can make it show up a little better. This would make it go to my story of, and then only me, it means I'm the only person that's going to see it. And it's showing here, okay? But it's showing my lock button, which means I'm the only one that can see it. I'm gonna give you a little trick here, okay? If the photo that comes up here is horrendous and funny because it's always the worst locations of stopping points, here's what I get to do by making it private first. I'm giving you all my tips to make it easy for you guys. If I go to my home page, so my Elizabeth, so my personal page, I should say, not the home page, clicking on that, there is an option that actually says more, okay? And this does not apply to social media on iPad or phone. It is not responsive to that. It is only on the computer. If I say more and then choose videos, there's an option that shows up here. I'm gonna go to these are all the videos that I've tagged in. I'm gonna go to my videos, your videos, and now I'm gonna click on, it's uploading right now. It's not done uploading up to this section yet, but basically what I'm gonna be able to do is click on an edit button. So let me go back over here. Might show up over here. Clicking on this edit button, watch what happens. I now can download it. I can edit, not the video, so let's watch, I'll show you what that means, but I can delete it. I can remove the tag. If you set an expiration date, it can remove that. But I'm gonna choose edit this video. And what it does, it lets me change whatever wording I had, lets me go back into the creation, change the thumbnail. If I don't like the thumbnail, I can do all of that. and it makes it easy for me there. So that was when this was posted with a business account. So let's take a look at how you can edit something that's not a business one. These might all be business. So I'm gonna go to, these are all probably business. This is a lot of stuff that's been tagged to me. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna go ahead and click on this. I'm gonna say edit this video, okay? And now I can change my tags, my description, where it's taken, but I can also come here and I can change the thumbnail. They choose it for you on Facebook. You cannot upload unless it's a business account. On a business account, you can upload your own photo. Personally cannot, but you're just simply going to choose what background you're going to use, and then you're going to hit save, and that's it. So that's how to get it to your channel, from your channel to your Facebook page, which is super relevant. But I'm going to go ahead and now show you how it is implemented. Clicking right on it, it's now taking me to the video.
Hi there, Elizabeth Glass, Regional Training Specialist for Coldwell Banker Schmidt Family.
So I've got the video that I took 2 minutes before I jumped on with you, and I did it on purpose at the last minute so I could show you how the ease and the flexibility and be authentic in what I'm saying. And then during the time of us talking, it's taken some time to talk, but I would have been able to actually take that video. It was uploading as I was signing in. I uploaded that video very quickly, and now I'm able to then start sharing it right away. So yes, I'm doing this on my computer, but I would have been able to, with the same ease, do it with my cell phone and then also do it with my iPad. I can actually upload to YouTube the same way because you're ultimately connecting to your account through your Gmail, and you can get to your Gmail through both of those as well. So that's how to get it onto social media in one way. The next is if I'm back here in my sharing options, I'm going to click on the video link, and without clicking any Facebook icons or sharing icons, I'm actually able to come in here and go straight into where I would type my information or whatever I would type here in my search bar. And what I'll do is I actually have my link copied. So watch what happens when I paste it. Okay, immediately generated it here. Because it's already here, I now can delete the link so you don't have to see the link. And it's going to let me, I'm going to go ahead and say only me, post. So I'm going to see it here. And then my video is right there and it's clickable. Okay, super cool, easy, dynamic way of how to get it into social media. The same applies to if you're putting it into an email. You're going to copy and paste. So if I'm in an email and I say compose, you can do one of two things. I can actually paste it right here, right? And then it would become a clickable link. Or what I like to do, I'll show you an example of what I just did and I sent to Tracy here. I'm gonna go into sent. And just to make it a little more graphically nice, this is maybe the next step if you want to figure out how to do this. I might not do this today, but Tracy, here we go. So I'm going to show you. I actually took a photo, okay? So I actually added a photo, and then I made the photo clickable, okay? So I'm going to show you what that means. I actually put this right in the email, click on it, and then it takes her immediately to the video of the Launchpad training we just did with her in it. So I just sent that to her. Now, how I did that in my email is I clicked compose like I was going to write it. And just like in Microsoft Word or any type of platform you have, there are options to put text. There are options to add an attachment. But if I want a picture to show up in here, I'm actually going to click on the photo icon where it says insert photo. Whenever I teach people this, they're like, oh my gosh, mind blowing that they didn't realize they could do this. This is how we do so much in email format. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say upload. But see how it says in here, inline or as attachment? That means attachment. If I click that, it would mean to be attached to it only like a PDF would be, like on the email. Inline means inside of it itself. So I'll go ahead and I'll click on this photo and I'm going to say insert. Now it's putting the picture inside of my email. Like you would do this for whatever, house, property. So I can size it the way that I need. And here is my trick. I highlight the photo and then I go into where my link is, see where it says insert link. I click on that, and then I put my YouTube video, I paste it right in. I'm gonna say okay. So I'm gonna test that to myself. If I wanna make sure it took, I double click on it and then I'll see that link in there. But then I'll send that to myself and then watch this. I'm gonna go ahead and hit send, going to my inbox, it should be here, watch this. And then in seconds, I have the graphic that I chose. Could be the front of a house, could be that property photo, could be you. And now it's immediately taken me to my YouTube account and the video. Super cool, right guys? So that's a different way to share it. There's a lot of different ways, but you can always just do what works the easiest for you. So I'm gonna X out of here, and I'm gonna show you a way to get to all of your videos, okay? So if I'm over here on this panel, remember that opens and expands it, there's an option that says videos, but I'm gonna show you how to get here from the home page because I think that's relevant. Let's go ahead and click on the profile icon on the top right, and then we are going to click your channel. We're almost done here. When I'm done, okay, so this is the page that it takes me to. But remember, I want to get into all of my videos, so this is what the public sees. I'm going to go ahead and click on, it says customize channel or YouTube studio. I'm going to click YouTube studio. Imagine it being a studio of all of your videos combined. I do got to finish up here because I actually have seller leads teaching in just a small short amount of time here. So here's my dashboard. You're pretty much, I mean, this is where you get to see your analytics. The subscribers, this one's brand new. We don't utilize it yet, but when we do, you'll be able to see your subscribers. It gets to tell you your views, your percentages, so it gives you your analytics. When you start watching videos, like for my daughter, she's got like 2 million hits on one video one time, and we're watching the analytics, and what's super cool, it tells you the percentage of men versus women in what age group. That is very telling on your audience. So you get to see the grouping of people who are viewing it, so you know who your audience is. You tend to need to cater to that audience. So that's really, really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and then go to the left side here. Dashboard is what we're looking at. I'm gonna click on videos to see all of my videos here on this main company channel. In order to do anything with them, it's very simple. I can actually hover over that area, and if you click on here, I can edit all of the information I used to upload it with, so the description, etc. I can see the analytics. I can see if anybody commented on it. And then also I can view it on YouTube, or I can click on this little, that was 3 little dots at the end here, 3 dots. Then it's gonna let me edit, get a shareable link, promote it, download, delete forever. So these are just ways you can get in after the fact and upload it. For example, we did the meeting that we just had, the Wednesday meeting, June 24th. I could get in here, and if I wanted to, let's say, share that after I posted it and I'm not in it, I'd be able to click that, and it just said link copied to my clipboard. I can then go into email, and then I can then share that however I needed to, or put it on my social media pages as well. So just a way to be able to go in after the fact. So that's all that channel videos is. Playlist is just obviously your list of videos you have. Analytics lets you go in, it's basically dashboard is a combination of all of this basically, but you can actually see here for this one, we just launched it. We just put like one video out, and we got 213 views on it just like in that day. So comments, subtitles, monetization will not apply to you until you have a certain number of subscribers. Then you can actually get paid, which is what my daughter does. She actually gets paid to post videos at this point. So that's a cool option if you're gonna really think big stream here and utilize it on a higher level. But that's the bulk of everything that you need to know. Anything more in depth would be if you're like going hardcore as a YouTuber to know your analytics, but you know, it tells you what you need to know when you want to, your engagement, your audience. It lets you know how long people, that's huge. Not only did so many people see it, people don't realize this on Facebook or on different channels, it'll say so many views, but you don't know if they viewed it for 3 seconds or the whole video. This helps you get an understanding of how and who's watching it and for how long. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have you guys go to the chat window, and I'm going to have you either ask me a question, tell me to review something, or tell me if this was valuable to you and if you got anything new out of it today. So all of you that are on, if you could go to that chat window, if you have the option to do that, you can go ahead and do that. Or if you want to unmute one at a time, tell me, I would love to know what you learned that you did not know previously. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys do that. And I'm going to jump in here, close some of these out here. And then just as you're doing that, I'm going to recap as well. So as a recap, we all have a YouTube account connected with our CV Schmidt Ohio account or our personal Gmail. To access it, we actually went into our Gmail, we signed into our account, we went to our Google Apps, and we clicked on the YouTube channel. It then opened up the YouTube channel. To access our page, we actually went to the upper right-hand corner on our profile icon. We then clicked on the profile icon, which then lets us go to your channel. To update our graphic in the background, we clicked on the photo icon here. To access a graphic that we can use, I actually went to schmidtresources.com. And then because it's a marketing resource, we went to Ohio, and then I went to marketing resources. The YouTube channel graphics are right at the bottom. You download the one that is your DBA to the background you like. Again, there's one for each of you. You get one of these and one of these. Once you download that to your computer, go back to my right page because I have 100 windows up now. You are then going to upload it and change your graphic. To change your profile icon, you're going to click on the camera option underneath where it says profile. And then this is going to take you to your Google account and let you change it there. You're going to back arrow to get back into YouTube. This is the playlist. Right here is the playlist. So this is the list of all of your videos that you've created in a sequence. If you like, if you want to upload a video and have it be part of a series of virtual tours, you can name it virtual tour and then have all of those videos uploaded into it. So anybody viewing your channel or subscribing can click on playlist and get all of your videos in that series in one click. Channels is who you are subscribed to, and you should all please subscribe to Coldwell Banker Real Estate LLC. Take their content, put it in your YouTube and social media and newsletters and email. I'm using it nonstop because it's very, very good. Next, to access your information behind the scenes, so where your videos are, you're going to go to the YouTube Studio. That's going to take you to where all of your videos are by clicking on the left-hand side, clicking on videos. From here, I can then change, update, add, make private, make public. Like this one's public. If I wanted to make it private, I could do it instantly. And it doesn't even matter if people have seen it. I can make it private after that. And that would make it, just a great question I just thought of that you might have, is if you post it to social media and then make it private after, the person on social media cannot see it. So that's a cool option for control, right? So that's how you access changing and sharing after the fact. As far as your information on your account is concerned, you could always visit your analytics to get a good overview of, doesn't tell you who, so I don't know exactly specifically the person, but it tells me how many people and how long they stayed on, my engagement. And then I also showed you guys how to go in and share your videos in several ways to your platforms. But then today I also covered many different ways to go in and actually get your video from your phone, computer, or iPad into your YouTube account, which is, I would agree, probably with most of you would say, that's probably a stopping point. You don't even know how to get it there. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read some things that are coming in, and then we're going to wrap up for the day. So it says from Danielle, this was so helpful. Learned a lot. Awesome. Where will you post the recording of the session? Thank you too. Okay, so that's a great question. This YouTube channel, this one right here, this is where it's going to go. So it's actually the Coldwell Banker Real Estate Ohio page. We just created it to make it public. So if you guys can write this down real quick, or I'll just copy and paste it. This is the title name. This is what you're going to look for in the search bar. We've got, well, this icon is old and we need to update it. So that's how you're going to know it's ours. So I'm going to go in here. You paste it. So you're going to go to the search bar. You're going to go to Coldwell Banker Schmidt Family of Companies Ohio, and you're going to choose to subscribe. And it's going to start, we should probably have everybody subscribe now that we're going to put videos here. So this is where you're going to go for now. Eventually, we're going to have a square that's just Ohio related in schmidtresources.com. The video classroom right now that does show up there, the one that's existent on Schmidt Resources intentionally, is topics that are for all states together. So for instance, Moxie Monday is for everybody. This right here was just for Ohio, so we're gonna have an Ohio channel that I will be having put onto Schmidt Resources. But for now, it is that video classroom that I told you guys, Coldwell Banker Schmidt Family of Companies, Ohio. Great question. Thank you too. All right, thank you, Danielle. Love that feedback. Okay, so Amy said, I knew some of the basics, but I did learn much more. Awesome. It helped me to follow along on my desktop and my laptop together. Awesome. So great, great feedback. I love to hear that. At any time, if you have any questions, obviously, you know that I'm familiar with this, so you can reach out to me. JD is also our digital media specialist. So 2 other points of contact would be JD Waldvogel or also Peter, who is our digital media. If you guys want to talk about how to get SEO and how to get things to the next step, Peter is your man. We always say he is a SEO or digital media genius because he genuinely is. He knows and understands platforms and how they work. So I'm going to show you how to find both of them. I'm on schmidtresources.com and I'm looking for, my eyes aren't seeing it at the moment, I just want the marketing team, your marketing group. Okay, so the 2 points of contact, JD, this is his phone number and his email. He is digital media and technologies, okay? Peter Hopkins is digital media marketing specialist. So he's the guy that has gotten some of our videos to have hundreds of thousands of views, where we used to be like a couple thousand before that. So he knows how to work social media online. He knows how to work YouTube. He specializes in it. So those are your contact points. Reach out to them. They are intended to be for all of the company. So on that note, I appreciate all of your time today. I'm glad that you guys found it to be beneficial. And what I'm hoping would be great, a little challenge for you. If you create your channel, can you send it to me? Send it to me in one of the ways I taught you. That would be cooler, just so I can look at it. And I don't even care if you have no videos or just make one video and then just so I can see it. But I love knowing that you guys implement it right away. And that's also a challenge for you to not let your mind be a stopping point and just say, I just heard it, it's fresh, I'm jumping in right now and I'm doing it right now before I find a reason not to do it. But you're gonna find that video and social media is more relevant form of marketing than print will ever be again. So I appreciate your guys' time. I'm gonna stop my screen share. On that note, I just wanted to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much. And I'll see you on another session soon. Thank you, have a great one, bye-bye.